So, as you guys know, Rich decided to, or RTU, ReviewTechUSA, decided to go ahead and delete his channel. Not exactly sure why. Um, a million sub channel, there's no reason for it. He decided to completely give up on any sort of passive income, and he gives his reason for it, but I did do myself a little digging, and I think I know the actual reason why. A couple of people have said it, but I haven't seen anybody actually show any evidence as to why they believe it. But this is clipped from his live stream the other day. It's clipped by Local Live Clips. Go ahead and give them a follow at Local Live Clips on Twitter and at Local Live Clips on YouTube. This is about a 2.5 minute video that was clipped from his live stream explaining why it is that he deleted his million sub YouTube channel. So let's take a look at that real quick.
The archival purposes would have not been beneficial to me with other things going on in my life.
Now, instantly right there, I'm not exactly sure what that means. How can an archival history of, what was it, 10 to 15 years on YouTube, passive income every single month, low effort videos? You literally were putting out like a video every maybe 2 videos a month or something like that. How in the world is other things in your life stopping you from just having it up there?
That channel was more of an embarrassment than it was. It was a distraction from goals that I wanted to achieve.
An embarrassment? I mean, it's literally your career, dude. Like, your whole career is an embarrassment. Like, I mean, your entire career, you made up a million sub channel, and then for the last, I don't know what, 2-3 years, you just hard pivot straight downward. And throughout the entirety of your channel, it's like, when did you ever really review tech? I guess we could go back and look, but I don't ever really remember seeing it. But then again, I never watched it. And the funny thing is the cows over at Local Live really got it correct. Imagine being a million sub YouTuber and your content is so trash and boring, you don't even have dedicated haters. Like, that's insane. Like, literally, and this isn't to, like, I guess toot our own horns here, but we here at the after show, we had haters before we even started the YouTube channel. Like, as soon as people heard that me, Ken, and Zeph were wanting to start a YouTube channel, there was already people campaigning to like not watch us, to talk shit about us, blah 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 blah. And then we started it, and it was the exact same thing. And now we're almost at 1,000 subs and getting paid. And where are they now? Like, dude, you don't even have dedicated haters. It's crazy.
You want to know something? I let that happen because I was being a lazy, complacent fuck.
At least you admit it. But the question is, what's changed? Like, you deleting your passive income, your couple of thousand extra dollars a month, whatever it might be. How have you changed as a person, as a content creator, to make this decision that, oh, I used to be a lazy fuck, but now I'm not? Is it because you're doing 8-hour-long streams? But you've been doing that for a long time now. So I'm not exactly sure where the content shift is going to be. Maybe we'll see it in the coming days on his RTU Streams channel.
If I'm going to really look at myself and say hard things that are uncomfortable to say, I was a lazy fat fuck. I'm still a fat fuck, but
You're also still lazy.
I was a lazy fat fuck that was comfortable. I should have done more with my opportunity.
I think everyone can agree with that. How do you have a million sub channel and you are pulling in less than 700 freaking subscribers or 700 viewers? I watched it. I looked at the numbers on his stream when he went this live stream, and this is probably the first time in a long time that he broke 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 viewers concurrently watching him. And imagine that you break 1,000 concurrent viewers because people want to know why you deleted your YouTube channel. They don't care that it's gone. They just want a reason. So that way they could watch it, clip it, and do exactly this, react to it. And within 24 hours, there was so many new videos of clips from his channel talking about him. You literally doubled your viewership because people wanted clips to put on their more successful YouTube channels. And it's crazy because if you check this live stream compared to those channels, sure, some of them are under 10,000, but others are like over 50,000, whereas his isn't anywhere close to those numbers.
But at the same time, maybe it's age, but I'm not a right fit for the content that's on here.
Maybe it's age, but I'm not a right fit for the content that's on here. What does that mean? I mean, you're definitely way, way too old to be doing this back and forth, trying to be bully BS. But I mean, you're literally your entire freaking career so far, or not your entire career, but the last, I don't know, 5 years of your life has been just dedicated to trying to be an uglier, fatter, more retarded, well, not more retarded, but an uglier, fatter loser of a Bo Blacks. Like you, Bo Blacks went and bullied Tipster, quote unquote, and you do the exact same thing with DSP. You don't have detractors, so you became one yourself. Like that's pathetic, dude. So what do you mean by you're not a fit for the content that's on here? You could have been a fit for the content that's on here had you just stayed to your name, reviewed tech, helped people out with all that type of shit. The new iPhone just came out, could have reviewed that. The new Samsung, the new PS5, the new Xbox. Like there's so many different things you could have reviewed. Hell, you could have even collabed with other people, bringing them into it where maybe you're not as knowledgeable. You could have done like building PC streams and stuff like that. But instead, you decided to turn around and go, you know what? DSP said something to me once, and I'm just going to make my entire personality about hating on DSP. You're a fatter, uglier, less successful duty streams. And that's not me saying you're fat or ugly, duty. I'm just saying that to him. You are a less successful duty streams, and it's pathetic. Especially considering you have, like, I don't know, 15 times more subscribers than he does.
The
Local live clips, Rich helping pay my mortgage. Hell yeah, brother.
content that I see that people garner the views with, I'm not interested in. And when I have the effort to put in, I don't want to put the effort into making YouTube videos. I want to put the effort into other things that I'm doing.
Like what, though? You don't want to put the effort into making YouTube videos, but what exactly is it that you're wanting to do? That doesn't make any sense. Your whole job is YouTube. What else are you going to do? You are a streamer. You are a YouTuber. Your career is uploading YouTube videos or going live, streaming, clipping it together, putting them out as VODs. What else are you going to do? Like, there's literally, that makes zero sense. What the hell else are you going to do?
YouTube videos. I want to put the effort into other things that I'm doing.
Like?
Maybe even, dare I say it, stream more.
Yes, because the 8-hour-long streams, just people are eating them up everywhere you go. So this was the quick clip from RTU streams, and he was making the assertion that the only reason why he was deleting his videos just because, or his channels, because he wanted to do other stuff. Fine, fair. But if we go take a look at his social blade for a second, and as you can see, this is the real social blade. Right here, 5,000 uploads, 1.1 million subscribers, right? His social blade is still up. You can go take a look. He's directing the next Lord of the Rings movie trailer. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. So, as you can see right here, 10/18/2024, that was yesterday, right? He had 1.01 million. That's where it was. That's where his sub count was at. But if we come on down to here, where it's total weekly subscribers, right? Total subscribers for ReviewTechUSA on a weekly basis. Here he had 1,030,000 subscribers, right? This is from June of 2024. It drops 10,000 subscribers, okay? in all staying in June of 2024. It stays completely and utterly stagnant for all of freaking July, August. Then in September, it drops another 10,000. So he lost 20,000 subscribers over the span of, 2 months or so? So that puts him at 1.01 million. And then it stays stagnant all the way up until Friday, yesterday. Having just lost 20,000 subscribers, being another 20,000 subscribers away from being below 1 million subscribers, it's a complete fall from grace. A complete and utter fall from grace. You couldn't even, you saw the writing on the wall. And I'm pretty sure, along with other people, that that's the whole reason why you deleted that channel. And honestly, that's the dumbest reason in the world to do it. You should have just left it up. Who cares if you start losing subscribers? What you should do is the same thing that what Wings should do, what Wings of Redemption should do. Start making the content you want to make. You are going to lose subscribers. And that's a good thing, because the people you lose are not going to be there to support you with the content you want to make. Therefore, there's no reason to have them around in the first place. They were there for a specific content, you moved away. And that's the same reason you're losing subscribers here. You're losing them because you're not doing the content that they were there for. And that's fine. We watch our sub count go up and down 1 to 2 every like couple of weeks, and that's fine. People come, they sub, they check it out. They, sometimes people just sub to a channel and then you're like, okay, let me put that channel on the back burner. I'll go watch it, like go through the archive on a Saturday or a Sunday when I have time, and then they'll take a look at it. I've done that. Hell, I've subscribed to a channel and I'm like, hey, maybe one day I'll take a look at what they say or what they do. I watched one video, I liked the video, etc., etc. What's up, Monica Bella? Saying sub to the friend of the show, Zeph. But this right here, this is honestly... Hey, thanks for the subscription. Hey, it popped up. Sweet. So this right here is absolutely one of the reasons why freaking he had to have seen the writing on the wall. He didn't want to be known as the guy who just dropped under 1 million subs because he eats edibles too much. The father who lost over, who dropped under 1 million. I mean, that's crazy. You're losing almost 10,000 subscribers a month, dude. Insane. And then if you look at this, look at his freaking, this is his subscriber count right here from September of 2023 all the freaking way to June of 2024. 0 subscriber movement. None. Almost a year without 1 subscriber, bro. That's insane. Crazy. Now, if we look at his views on a weekly basis, his views go up, which is good. He's making money. That's the whole reason. That's the whole way you're going to be making making money on YouTube, is by views, ads, and views. I mean, like, that's just the way it goes. But if we come over here and we look at from, let's say right here, April of 2024, all the way to now October, his views are just dropping drastically. 220,000 views, April 8th, 2024. April 15th, 160,000 views. April 22nd, 80,000 views. April 29th, 46,000 views. In the span of, what is that? Freaking almost 20 days-ish or so? Not even. Yeah. He just, boom, straight down. 46,000 views, 44,000 views, 62,000 views, 52,000, 119. He went up, then he went down, 53,000, 54, 43, 55. And it's a pattern. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And I mean, of all the things that need to be going down in Rich's life, it's his weight loss, not his views. But here we are. Months. This is just evidence. He wants to turn around, and he had to see the writing on the wall. It's crazy how Local Live can do a stream, or anybody can do a stream, and talk about Rich being a loser, being unsuccessful when it comes to YouTube. And he was trying to argue it. No, I'm successful. I have 1 million subs, blah, 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 blah. But yet you look at his social blade and he had to stop eating. He had to eat crow. He had to freaking swallow his own words and be like, actually, the proof's right here. And I'm a little bemiffed at the fact that his social blade is still up. I do know that it takes a while. If you've ever deleted a YouTube channel that has actual YouTube videos on it, it does take a while for the entire YouTube channel to be deleted because it has to delete all the videos. He has over 5,000 videos. It's entirely possible he could have ghost listed his YouTube channel, which I saw Duty Streams was hinting at. Entirely possible. It could also be the fact that he probably has a couple of days prior to it completely being gone. Shout out to Ritz. We love Ken. We love Kmplxity. We love Zeph. Hey, we love you too, brother. Local Live Clip. Should we do a statistical analysis of RTU downfall? Maybe we should. I mean, you can see here he's getting views, right? 12,000 views, 18,000, nowhere compared to what he should be getting on his channel, right? As to what he has a million subscribers, dude. In total, his yearly was 4 million. I mean, but he should be breaking easily 50,000 to 100,000 views on a million subscriber channel. That's absolute insanity, right? Now, now Rich has gotten himself into some controversy because it wasn't enough for him to admit that he's a complete and utter failure of a human being, of a career, of a YouTuber, and of a father. Obviously, he hasn't admitted that yet, but he decided to not only dig his grave, but lay in it too. Within the span of 48 hours, Rich decided to pretend to have endgamed himself, right? To rage quit life. He pretended to do that and had some choice words for a fan of his who legitimately had a friend that happened to. And I don't see too many people talking about it. So we're going to take a look at it right here. We're going to go to the comments. And as you are here, right, the real RTU 1, that's him. There, this is, you can look it up. If you search this name, that is the real RTU. That is Rich. Here he states, I am here to share the terrible news that Richard Masucci of ReviewTechUSA has sadly passed away today. Please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Right? Get fit with Jared. Sorry, people. I'm not only retarded, I'm also dyslexic. Says, dude, WTF, I just lost a friend online this way. What kind of psychopath jokes about, like this? To which the real RTU Rich turned around and states, so have I. Life is dark. Grow a set. All right. That's his response to maybe this person's not a fan. Maybe they're not. To just another human being who has lost a friend to something, anybody who's lost somebody in life, whether it's, old age, whether it's just an accident, whatever it is, it's difficult. But when you've lost somebody who felt that their only way out was to do it themselves, it's a different level because you feel responsible for not seeing it and acting on it. Fuck. Anyways, so he turns around and says, damn, dude, what happened to you to turn into a complete tool? I lost my daughter around the same time you were talking about taking time to take care of yours. I tweeted out with compassion for you, and despite all the public displays you've had recently, I'd hoped you'd recover and get back to the Rich from years ago. I guess you'd rather shit on your fans, so he is a fan, and then complain about everyone attacking you. Woe is Rich. Good luck, brother. I hope you find success again, but I won't be watching. To which Rich turns around and replies, no, I just don't give a fuck. Try not to be sensitive and learn not to be a pussy. Have a great day and go fuck yourself. And the pretty much all the replies are most people saying, says the guy running from the quartering, no, screw that, Richard. Being super insensitive to someone who lost someone important to them is saying that to them is shameful, etc., etc., etc. Right? People hate his response. And I'm going to say this right here, Rich, for whatever you do in life, whatever you do, wherever you go in life, on YouTube, whatever new content you decide to do, this is going to follow you. And when your mother dies, bless her heart, it happens to us all. When she dies, you can't expect any sympathy. This right here, if you go online and you turn around and you say, oh, your mother passed, and you look for sympathy, this screenshot probably gonna go underneath your tweet. If people probably gonna go underneath your comments if you talk about it. People are gonna be like, hey, remember that time you told someone to grow a pair after they told you their friend died? And even worse, right? Even worse, God forbid something happens to your kid. God fucking forbid it. And I wish nothing but the best life for your daughter. But if something does happen to her, let's say she gets cancer, let's say an accident happens, anything of that nature, this right here is exactly what you should expect. Somebody telling you that life is dark and to grow a set as you're grieving for her. Imagine that. Imagine never being able to live this down and not a single person in the future being able to give you any level of sympathy because of one grotesque response. You thought you were being what? Cool, based, badass, whatever it might be. Imagine putting out a tweet, putting out a video talking about the loss of a child, loss of your child, and your entire comment section is filled with womp womp, life is dark, grow a set. I wonder what you'll be deleting then. You absolute waste of air. So, let me see. I don't in any way, shape, or form condone that type of stuff, but it is warranted. Local live clips. Why would he not keep it up? $600 a month is easy money for clips. Exactly. Should have hired you. He absolutely should have. You definitely get on it. Ken, soon as the wife leaves, I'll be on. Absolutely. We always bring you on, brother. Neon, I hope you've noticed your blue name in chat, my friend. Mono Cabello, shout out Neon, Ken, everybody. Yes, yes. Shout out to our awesome and amazing fans and friends. It feels so freaking weird to say fans. Y'all are just fucking awesome, intelligent, and not mouth breathing speds like a lot of the people on the world. So I'm gonna just say thank you to that. Neon, I personally do not condone nor endorse. Yes, I have. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Exactly. I in no way, shape, or form condone or endorse anyone doing that to you, Ridge, but that there's no defending you. There's none. If that ends up happening, God forbid, again, I don't believe in Jesus Christ or any of that shit, but God fucking forbid that happens to your kid. There's no defending you. There's no way to turn around and say, guys, stop. Like, no, why? You've shot yourself in the foot here. And I equate it to when Keemstar went ahead and said, can't wait to report on your death to somebody dying of cancer, right? I'm pretty sure, wasn't that, didn't he say that to freaking what's-his-face? I forget. But regardless, it's the same thing. A moment, it's like what they say, right? A reputation takes a lifetime to build and a moment to ruin. And if God forbid something happened to anybody who's been this way, same as like freaking Ethan Ralph, freaking, Jonathan Wilkins, which is 007, anybody that shit happens to, that acts this way, that is this way towards people, you don't have the right to ask for sympathy. You don't have the right to sympathy bait. You don't have the right to do shit because you spent, whether it was a moment or a lifetime of being a piece of shit, you will get exactly what it is that you put out there. I wonder why he stopped reviewing tech and became DSP reactor admirer. Spawn killer, yeah, like Ken said, probably for the money. I mean, it wasn't doing him anything. He wasn't making any money. I mean, he was making passive income, which isn't bad. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, he's not built for going back and forth with people. He ran from the quartering when he challenged the quartering to a fight, and the quartering decided he wanted to, put them dukes up. And anytime he's in controversy, he does exactly what he did. Deleted his Twitter. Of course, he reactivated it 24 hours later, but he talked his shit about Boogie and Keem and freaking 8-Bit Eric and all of them. Then he deletes his Twitter and bans them from chat because he just wants an echo chamber of people telling him, Rich, you're so based. Rich, oh, Rich, you got it. Rich. I swear to freaking God, the God I do not believe in, if our chat ever gets to the freaking level of glazing like that, I don't ban people, but I might mute you motherfuckers because I'm not standing for any of that BS in any way, shape, or form. Fuck that. He also backed out of the DSP interview. Yes, he did. Absolutely. He backed out of the DSP interview. DSP called him out for that. Rich, you're a coward. You're a coward. You're a useless human being. Your entire life is failure. And I'll be honest, when it came to who was it? It's not King of Nothing. Who did the DSP documentary and it said a lifetime of failure or a career of failure or something like that? June the King. Rich is a much better example of a failure. Like, he got fired from Best Buy, in his own words, allegedly, right? Because Boogie was saying that he put up a video. How do you get fired from Best Buy and your name is ReviewTechUSA, dude? You haven't been able to hold down a job, obviously. You've obviously never had a career in your life. The one career you've had in your life is YouTube, and you failed drastically at it. You failed at being a father. You can say you don't that you haven't failed at being a father. Oh, it was a singular clip. Here's the thing about being a parent, right? Your kids, you no longer live for yourself. You no longer have your own life. You no longer have any of that. Your child or children is now your life. And everything that is necessary for them to exceed, excel, and prosper is your only objective and is the only thing that should matter to you. Making money, while yes, important, right, is not more important than being there for your child, being there for your kid. And I speak of this from a perspective of somebody who was raised by a single mother who had 3 jobs a day. Not every other day, not 3 jobs throughout the week, 3 jobs a day to put food on the table for us, okay? You're a failure. You do not know what it means to be a good father, which is why you're only a father half the time, legally. You being unable to admit that you fucked up as a parent or in a parental situation where you should have told your stream to fuck off because you had to go take care of your kid is another staple of your absolute failure of a career. And I say career loosely. You're a loser, Rich. And if this somehow ever gets clipped and makes it to you, I'm looking at you, Local Live Clips. If this ever somehow you want to respond, I'll debate you all fucking day. You are a man by definition of gender, and that's about it. Outside of that, you're a waste of air, in my opinion. So we are going to swap over to the one, the only, Duty Streams, who did clip up Rich's response to during his live. It's about 20 minutes. Hopefully he got all the good parts. I haven't watched it yet. Let me go ahead and say, Ken, I worked for Best Buy for 8.5 years. It's almost impossible. I do remember hearing your dono. Yes. Listen, the amount of times I have worked with IT departments and I've had to explain to them what a VLAN is or tell them to take the MAC address limitation or explain to them dip switches, any of that nature is absolutely insanity. And they do it for a damn living, okay? They get paid more than I do to know less than I do. It's fucking embarrassing at times. But of course they know other things that I just simply don't know, which is okay. But it's like, you should never stop learning. You should never stop trying to educate yourself. Neon, Jesus, this man is just fail. Absolutely, Spawn Killer. Didn't he sell his home behind Rich's parents? Oh shit, that I have absolutely no clue about. I mean, I know that the Rich lore is just filled with failure, but I don't know any of it because, as you saw, he spent almost a minute and a half talking, well, a minute and a half of a clip, and probably about 30 seconds of that it was just dead fucking air. But shout out to Duty Streams, who has been who has been bullying DSP, and I'm not saying shout out to him for doing that, but he's been bullying DSP the last couple of days, and DSP's been letting it known. DSP, stop, dude. Stop responding to the haters. Don't feed them after dark or at all. But we're gonna watch ReviewTechUSA deletes his channel. Duty Stream, shout out to him. Check him out if you enjoy a consumable way to watch DSP and ReviewTechUSA. Duty Streams is the guy, is your man. Okay, because I can't sit through 2-3 hours of just Spawn Killer. Apparently he sold his parents' home behind his parents' back. You know what? ReviewTechUSA seems like that type of a person. Considering his mom lives with him, I don't know about his father's situation. Considering his mom lives with him, it's probably it's a possibility. I mean, dude obviously doesn't know what it means to be financially secure. Otherwise, he wouldn't have deleted a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel, even if it was just making 600 a month, dude. Do you know that there's people who don't who literally go to a job and make that, who do physical labor to make that? Fuck out of here, man. All you do is just sit, eat, and fucking ugh.
Get that ass back.
Duty Streams is definitely like the Sith Lord of lolcows, okay? He is like he absolutely is like the Sith Lord when compared to lolcows. I'm gonna give him that. I'll give you your flowers. No, not the wings cry. Oh my god, DSP, you need to stop. You need to stop hating on Duty Streams and hire him as an editor, bro. Oh my gosh, Spawn Killer, I don't know who is worth, Ethan, Ralph, or RTU. Well, Ethan Ralph is actually smart enough to engage in life ruination. Plus, I'm pretty sure, didn't he like sleep with a minor or like wait for his a minor to become of age, like Spawn camped her? And then of course there's also his like drug and pill addiction and all that. I mean, RTU is a piece of shit, don't get me wrong, but like, I mean, at least he sees his kid, you know? That's like, I can at least give him that. And at least as far as we know, the worst drug he does is edibles, which as a man your size, Rich, looking like a mound of day-old mashed potatoes, how in the hell does a single edible flatten you out like you just got ran over by a steamroller? That's insane, dude. You need to go to the doctors and get your blood checked out, man. You probably got syrup in your blood if that's the case. Because eating an edible, if you don't know, the bigger you are, the longer it takes for like drugs and shit to go ahead and break down in your system. That's why they have like a weight, like adults X, Y, and Z of this age take this much, whereas kids will take that much because it goes off of your weight. It has nothing to do with your age, kinda. Has a little to do with your age because they have to factor in like how well your heart can pump, but it always has to go with your weight, not your fucking age most of the time. You being, I don't know, you look like you're near 400 pounds. You being that big, even if it's a 50 milligram tablet, bro, or tablet, 50 milligram edible, you shouldn't be flattened out like that, man. That's insane. Go to the doctor, seek help, stop it, get some help. Oh God! That is the wild Chris Chan scare. That got me. I wasn't ready for that. Oh shit. Neon Treon, here's one thing you don't give passive income. The beast. Whoa, my God. Sorry. Here is one thing you don't give passive income that beats out Blowblack's active income. Abso-freaking-lutely, dude. Spawn Killer, didn't he lose a lot of weight in the past and he gained it back? Yes. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure he's like started YouTube skinnier, not skinny, skinnier, and he just like much like his views and sub count, he just roller coastered. At least you can say this about Boogie. He might be, you know, a depraved, despicable human being on a lot of shit he did. Ever since starting Locale Live, that motherfucker has taken weight loss seriously. Now, only time will tell if he's just gonna completely rely on the diet pills and shit like that. Boogie, if you ever see this, please, for the love of God, for the love of your health, for the love of your child, your child bride, don't stop. Like once you hit the wall with your pills, with your Ozempic or whatever the fuck Zembbound you're using, because you will hit the wall, you will plateau eventually. Stick to your diet, stick to walking, stick to doing the IRL shit. Brother, you can do this. You can beat this. And you might hit me with oh, you're glazing. Yes, sure, call it that. But I like an underdog story. I like somebody completely turning their life around and being like, that is what I used to be and who I used to be. This is who I am now. Boogie, you can do it. Wings, you can do it. When you were on our show and we interviewed you, you said that you would finally take weight loss surgery serious once your weight finally put you in the hospital. That is on our show. That can be clipped and it will be used against you. Please, for the love of God, piss off all the haters, lose the weight, dude. It'll be amazing. Oh,
The archival purposes would have
I wasn't ready for beneficial. I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that.
To me with other things going on in my life.
Okay, it looks like he's gonna start where Local Life Clip started. So we'll watch just to see if there's anything else. I think I'll skip to 1:10.
I was a lazy fat fuck. I'm still a fat fuck.
I like hearing that.
But I was a lazy fat fuck that was comfortable. I should have done more with my opportunity. But at the same time...
Agreed.
Maybe it's age, but I'm not a right fit for the content that's on here. The content that I see that...
I may not like Boogie, but I take weight loss seriously, and yeah, Boogie needs to double up on the walking per day, and it will help him immensely. Absolutely, Neon. Absolutely. See, Boogie is doing exactly what Jordy said he's going to start doing, which is he's not bringing it up. He's not talking about his weight loss. He's not making videos on it. He's not giving his haters or his detractors anything to go off of to give him negative reviews. He's just doing it behind the scenes.
That people garner the views with. I'm
walk in silence, but carry a big stick.
Not interested in. And when I have the effort to put in, I don't want to put the effort into making YouTube videos. I want to put the effort into other things that I'm doing. Maybe even, dare I say it, stream more.
Please stream less.
And if all of it doesn't work out, who am I to think that I'm better than a normal job? I never did think.
Bullshit. You did think you were better than a normal job, and you've thought that you were better than a normal job in the past. Stop lying.
All of it doesn't work out. Who am...
And it hasn't worked out. That's why you deleted your fucking channel, dude.
I to think that I'm better than a normal job. I never did think I was better, but hey.
Hey, what?
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus Christ, how long do you keep a freaking... How long was that?
Say it, stream more.
3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds,
and if
6,
all of it doesn't work out, who am I to think that I'm better than a normal job? I never did think I was better, but hey.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you're right about.
Jesus Christ, dude. You got to talk more. First of all, it's not about you being better than a normal job. You've been out of the workforce for what I'm going to assume is about a decade. You have no employable skills at this point. Zero. I can't imagine that what you knew 10 years ago is equivalent to what is now is tech now. If your job or career path, whatever it was, involved technology, dude, within a year, technology completely changes. Okay, the new iPhone that just came out next year will be obsolete. Well, not obsolete, but it won't matter because the next iPhone is going to have the next thing. The next Samsung is going to have the next thing. Like, technology changes in within the span of a blink of an eye in our reality. Okay, it is the age of tech. What you did 10 years ago ain't shit compared to what is out now. You couldn't look down on YouTube's or regular everyday people all you freaking want. You can claim that you don't, but brother, you have no employable skills. There's nothing you can do. And all it takes is a background check with somebody who knows how to look online for your shit, and it's over. Spawn Killer, imagine telling regular people what he does on a daily basis, watching one person every single day. They must think he needs to be in a mental. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Your streams, RTU, are the equivalent of just of putting a dab of paint at the top of the ceiling and watching it just dribble on down. That's all you do. You don't even comment on it most of the time. Neon, he fucking pauses forever. His knowledge is definitely behind the times, and well, 10 years, 3 generations of processors, and not even that. 3 generations of separate processors, multiple different companies have come out. He probably wouldn't even be able to review or technology like freaking Tesla. He wouldn't. I mean, people are needing freaking engineering degrees to turn around and work on Tesla motors. Okay, there's no way. And Tesla just like came out within the last 5 years or so. I mean, legitimately came out, not in the works, not in the process, but production, selling, etc., etc. And there's people who are now having to go back to school just to work on them. Okay, you are a relic of time. Okay, you are a dinosaur, Rich, and red pills don't even believe that you exist. I don't know if you guys watched the InfoWars co-host and Destiny debate. I don't really care for politics, but that was fucking hilarious. Do you believe dinosaurs exist?
Like I said, I went back on Twitter because I wanted to make sure people didn't think I was dead.
And that's another thing, okay? I know I'm pausing a lot, but fuck this, dude. That's another thing. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. He said that people in real life were reaching out to him to make sure he didn't actually pass away. Why did you have to go back on Twitter to let your real life friends know that you weren't dead? How in the world did they reach out to you if you deleted your Twitter? Do your real life friends not have your phone number? Do you not use Facebook? Do you not use Instagram? Do you not call them? Do you not know their address to go talk to them? Why did you have to create or re-enable Twitter to tell your IRL friends that you are okay? I wouldn't have to. I would just get my phone and I would text them, or I would just text them on another app that I have. I don't understand how that makes any sense whatsoever.
If the humor fell on deaf ears. Look, that's another thing I'm noticing too with people that are like 20 something and like they thought that video was very offensive. People that were older are like, "Oh, Rich, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was kind of funny." You start to age out of things too.
You should have aged out of being a fucking child a long time ago. What are you, in your 50s, dude? Like, you should have aged out of like being a detractor a long fucking time ago.
There's exceptions. You're here because of my age. Thank you.
Yeah, you should be way more mature for your age, man. A lot more mature. But here you are, like, here you are freaking hitting your own soundboard, giving yourself applauses just like freaking Tipster does. Like, you created your own, you programmed your own freaking tunnel man. You programmed your own goddamn circle jerk, man. It's crazy. You can turn around and say, "Hey, for the dark theme, for people who are enjoy dark comedy, sure, whatever, they found it funny." But on the other hand, you can turn around and be like, "I understand that that joke was in poor taste, and I do apologize to the people it offended." Okay, it's kind of like Louis C.K.'s joke. Louis C.K. right got canceled because of jorking it while he was on the phone with females who gave their permission, right? And then of course the accusation is like, oh well, he used his position of power, blah 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 blah. You want to know something that should have canceled him? His joke as to why r-wording somebody is okay. That should have been a cancelable thing, because the joke kind of goes like this: I don't think that there's a reason to r-word anybody, unless of course the girl doesn't want to have sex. Then what are you gonna do? That's his joke, and it freaking killed. But you see, that joke was a time of the era that comedy was. It was funny then, and it's not funny now. He was you can turn around and go, that's funny, that was okay, that's hilarious, and then there's people who are going to say that's not funny. You can turn around and say, I appreciate those who know it's a joke, and I apologize for the people that it offended. It's that simple. Move on. But instead, you had to turn around and tell somebody to grow a pair of balls because their friend offed themselves. Absolutely insane.
You could learn a lesson from me, and I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you can learn a lesson on how not to lose, how not to be a fucking failure.
When you feel that something isn't right for you, it doesn't matter what a million people say. You do what you have to do to make you sleep better at night, even if it seems illogical.
How does just a YouTube channel existing help make you not sleep at night? That doesn't make any sense. It's just there. What is it? Are you just sitting there like, damn, a million subs, and I don't even get a quarter of people watching my videos? Well, maybe if you produced good content, people would watch it. A funny thought, I know. Crazy.
Because if you're not happy with what you're doing, eventually it'll fall apart. But you also have to look at it with one bridge closes or one bridge falls apart. If there's another way, another pathway, go down it. You have to take your mistakes and take your failures and learn from them and see the other opportunities that are in front of you.
But what opportunity? I mean, I don't want to turn around and say you can't make something out of nothing, but I don't see you changing up your content that much. Are you saying you're going to go away from watching DSP for 8 hours? Are you saying you're going to go away from, how many times has Rich said, "Oh, I'm not going to get into any drama. I'm not going to get into any drama." And then there was with Jay, and then there was his ex, and then there's DSP. Now there's Keemstar, 8-Bit Eric, and Boogie. Like, dude, you've constantly said you're going to switch up the content, and then just went right back to what you were doing previously.
That channel was bad for my mental health. Twitter is bad for my...
It's Jover, boys. It was bad for his mental health. He was in a dark place. It's Jover. You never say that. Never. Never let people know how you're feeling. Most of the time, right? Some people will sympathize, but dude, how was a channel just existing? Is it because it was a constant staple of your failure? Of how you never went anywhere in life? That's what it's sounding like.
Mental health. I truly want to stay off of there. If it wasn't for Intro Guy, that was the straw that broke the camel's back when personal people started coming to me. I wouldn't have went back there either. I would have kept that close. I'm going to keep that close. God damn it, no boogies here. And I wouldn't have went back yesterday if it wasn't for for that. I'm like, this is insane. I'm not dead.
Bro, Close your fucking mouth.
Sean, I don't take back that video. I have no issue with that video. There's many people that don't have issue with that video. Oh, Darren, if I have to get a job, that's great. If you have issues with it, there were people who were being, and look, I don't. They could have a great day. I'll change it. Instead of saying go fuck themselves, they could have a great day. If a video bothers someone that much, I bring up an example. I showed that shirt to Intro Guy.
You're digging yourself in. Like I said in the beginning, man, this right here is clipped and exists on the internet forever. And if anything happens to somebody you care about and you bring it up, that right there, that right there. Have a nice day. Go fuck yourself. Grow a pair.
Where it has George Bush in that thing where you know the second tower has hit the plane. His uncle, he's talked about this on stream. I'm not airing out any dirty laundry here. Sadly, passed. He was in the World Trade Center. And I showed him that shirt before I remembered. I was like, oh, God, that was snow. Oh, he's like, dude, I thought it was funny. But that goes into, again, we're a different generation. But
dude, it's not, I mean, yes, generational, but at the same time, everyone handles their traumas differently. Some people will find it funny, some people won't, which is why if I make a joke, right? Like, what did I say? Shit, I can't remember. I can't remember what I said, but I said something like, I don't even want to say anything. I don't even want to try and equate it, but I made a joke. And then Zeph had came in and he's like, oh, I heard what you said, and you can't say that in 2024, right? Complete joke. It was something about, I think, like, I don't even want to try it. I think it was something about like being a slave driver or something like that. I don't remember. Harmless joke. If somebody was upset by it, the answer is, I apologize that it upset you. That wasn't the intent. It was meant to just be a joke. That's it. There's no need to overcorrect them. No need to turn around and argue with them. No need to be like anything, call them stupid or whatever. Now, if they had turned around and tried calling me saying, oh, I'm a racist because of it, then we get into the thick of it. Fuck you, KSI. Then we get into the weeds. Then we get into an argument. Then I explain myself further. But otherwise, it's apologize for that. Have a good day. You, on the other hand, told someone to grow a pair of balls. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people waiting for something tragic to happen to you to tell you the same thing.
And he, as a person who lost someone there, and the thing is, too, I had a high school friend that committed suicide. They were actually sexually molested by a priest. They were going to have a show. They were going to come on my show and talk about it. Killed themselves.
And I bet it affected you.
Had a friend whose daughter recently took her own life.
And I bet it affected you.
And for those of you that are disappointed, I'm sorry. For those of you who will still support me, I appreciate the shit out of you. For those of you who I've made angry, I'm not completely sorry if I've made, I mean, if there's mistakes that I've made.
But you see how he's trying to compare. You can't compare yourself to somebody else. Listen, and I know Ken can attest to this. Ken was in the Army. I was in the Marines. I consider once a Marine, always a Marine. Once a service member, always a service member. There are things we look at and we are completely desensitized to. There are things we look at, types of jokes we can make, things that we find funny, right? Freaking, when I was in basic training, and I don't care, this could be clipped out of context, whatever, it's fucking true. When I was in basic training, I learned very quickly that anytime we heard an ambulance on base is because most likely somebody got injured or attempted to take their own life, right? And what do you do to deal with that knowledge, to deal with the fact that you're getting your ass handed to you, physically ass handed to you every single day? In order to be able to overcome that, you have to make a joke about it. You have to laugh. You have to do something. And there was a point in time where we were in the barracks. It was like, I don't know, midnight, 1 a.m. and this an ambulance came roaring in, and as it was happening, I just started singing "Another One Bites the Dust" by Queen, right? That's it. I just started humming, just "Another One Bites the Dust," like, and my fellow servicemen, my fellow Marines were well, enlistees at that point because we weren't Marines, were looking at me, and we all just started laughing because everyone handles trauma differently. You have to be able to disassociate from that. But I am not going to take my mental fortitude, my disassociation, my ability to push that behind my mind and take it and take that fear out of my mind and project that onto somebody else who may not have that type of fortitude, who may not have that experience, who may not be able to do that. And I'm not going to turn around and go, "Why can't you be like me?" Well, because they didn't experience the same shit like me. So therefore they don't have the same abilities that I do to do that. You can't put your own experiences on somebody else.
One thing I wish I knew back in 2013 is how fragile this business is. I was not aware of that. And I wish I followed my intuition more instead of being a giant coward, which I know I said before. Those are my two things. Your brand is very fragile, especially like in recent times with different like events that have happened, current events. Holy fuck. And if you are feeling something is off, and just in life in general, not just career-wise, you got to follow your instinct even if other people think you're a fucking psycho. Even if people think you're nuts, even if people don't understand it and think you're crazy.
Neon. Yeah, it's like nurses in nursing homes, i.e., there's a lot of death there. I know at least one dark joke from the field. Both my mother and grandmother were nurses at nursing homes. Exactly. Everyone picks a different route in order to deal with their trauma. Some people deal with it in a physical way. Some people deal with it in a comical way. Some people, they whatever it might be. Everyone deals with it differently. The problem there is that you can't force somebody else to be able to cope the way you have if they've not been through the same experience or they've never been taught it. That's the issue, Rich.
Eh. I'm not going to mention any people in terms of.
Spawn Killer, have you seen the video where he was talking to his mom, where he would not take care of his child? Yes, I have seen that video. He pretty much turns around and is like, "I can't do this right now. I'm streaming, blah, blah, blah. I can't take care of her," is pretty much what he's saying. And his mom, the voice of reason between the two of them, saying, "You should have taken care of your kid before streaming." Rich, how hard is that? How hard is it? Like, there's no streamer out there who I'm not okay, I won't say that. But if you look at a lot of streamers, okay, they have things set up to where they'll be like, "We'll be right back." Chud Logic has his little cutout where it's like, "We'll be right back," and he comes back. Hassan, piece of shit human being, but he just he puts a video up of him sitting in a chair. Then there's like other people will just simply say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna be right back," and then they take off and they come back. If your viewership is so fragile that 10, 15, 30 minutes of you being gone is too much for them, that says something about your content. You're not, if your audience isn't willing to wait for you to take care of your fucking kid, that's not an audience I want.
Something else we could talk about too.
And then telling your mom to take care of your kid, bro. Your mom should be resting. You are a 1 million subscriber channel. Your mom should be in her own house, completely and utterly paid off for, living her best life for the rest of her life. The fuck's wrong with you?
I got to think how I'm going to handle these streams going forward. I know I'm going to want to talk about
Yes, Neon, that was his mom. As far as I know, he does not have a significant other. He is divorced, and let's hope he completely stays that way for the rest of his life. But if you look at him, I mean, he looks like a tub of melted vanilla ice cream. I don't know too many people who's going to want to be with him. And I'm not even just talking about looks. I'm sure his inside is just as ugly as his outside.
Political things, because obviously the current events right now. I'm going to be streaming November 5th. That's going to be quite interesting.
You're going to stream the debate or the election? Hold on. Did you say you're going to change over to political streaming? Do we have another tipster on our hand?
I'm going to handle these streams going forward. I know I'm going to want to talk about political things because obviously the current.
Yes, Rich. Yes. The guy who gets stoned and drools on himself watching DSP should absolutely give his thoughts on the political climate of the world. That's absolutely what we want to see. Jesus Christ. Wolf actually live this time. You tricked me. I know. I apologize. I will be changing the wording because when I say video is going live, I mean that it's scheduled for upload. I will change the wording. I apologize. But Rich, the only reason anybody's going to watch you for your political takes is the same reason they watch Tipster, to clip and farm you. You have terrible takes. You're unknowledgeable. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about half the time. Same with Tipster.
Right now.
The XQC of politics. Yeah. Only problem is we wish we couldn't understand what Rich was saying.
I'm going to be streaming November 5th. That's going to be quite interesting. The marathon streams do really well. I know a lot of people.
I will say this. If we ever cover anything political on this channel, it'll be more so to laugh, to enjoy, to maybe go over the nuance of debates and stuff like that. It will almost never be in the sense of this is our political view, these are our thoughts, blah, 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 blah. None of that BS. Maybe we might touch on it in the sense of like what I say, like I'm very liberal when it comes to people, whereas I'm very Republican when it comes to laws, right? Like that's about it, right? Live your life, do what you want. If you're not hurting anybody, cool, good for you. Done, right? Whereas when it comes to states and stuff like that, hey, it's better to do it this way. Yes, there should be some restrictions, et cetera, but we're never going to get into, well, this, Trump said that and Kamala wants this and blah, 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 because that's just retarded. That's rarded. That's straight rarded. The scary thing is that XQC is actually smart, since apparently he's extremely good at chess, and apparently you have to be smart to be good at chess. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure XQC is intelligent in a lot of areas. I mean, obviously, look at him, look at his success. But I don't know about chess being a barometer for somebody's education. Monica Bello, Obama 2009. Yeah, let's drop some bombs on Syria again. No, let's not. Okay, let's not. Holy shit, let's not. Sorry about that. No, yeah.
We're hoping against hope too that I was going to pull a Rich of tomorrow and go back to just doing all the old content. I'm sure some people thought I was going to bring some people back on, and it was going to be just like a big old hit.
I disavow. That was me taking a shot at the Obama. Yeah, that was me taking a shot at the Obama administration. I wasn't meant like as a call to arms.
Pick up. I'm not there anymore. I remember, man, when I first started doing this, and again, I'll get to all the super chats, I promise. You know how I remember it too? It was like a light switch. Don't remember the video. It was in 2019, and I'm just like, I'm so fucking tired of this. I'm not excited anymore. I remember
tired of what though? You don't do anything. You literally don't do anything. You go live, right? And I know it's Rich. Oh wow, that's not a pun I meant to say. But like, you go live, you react to one person particularly, which is DSP, who also doesn't do a whole lot on his own streams, but at least he does more than you. You don't really give any extra information. You don't actually give any, nuanced takes. You don't do much research. You just, oh, DSP, look at him doing this thing and look at him doing that thing. You are a failure. Blah, 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 blah. You don't create anything. So I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about here.
Used to check the comments. I remember getting, if I got like 5 comments on a video when I first, it was so exciting. So exciting. And that all went away.
Because your content turned to shit. It was shit in the beginning. It just turned into even worse shit.
For ages. For ages.
Should have been your wake-up call to change. Back then.
I faked the funk well for a while. Go me.
So now he's patting himself on the back physically rather than just hitting the soundboard for an applause. I know he's doing it in a joking manner, but or in a shit. I can't think of the word, but come on, man, you're sucking yourself off at this point.
Because, dude, it's the core. I don't understand all the outrage. You didn't do anything that bad, or Chris, it's the court of public opinion, dude. That's how entertainment works. That's
He's
how
not wrong.
Works. What you've done or didn't do doesn't necessarily matter. It's how relevant you are and how much people like you.
Well, what you do and haven't done does dictate your relevancy. Considering you haven't done anything of notoriety to gain relevancy, your relevancy has slipped away. It's that simple, Rich. You're, 45, 46, somewhere between 45 and 50. The simple fact that you haven't gotten that down and have spent the last 10 to 15 years on YouTube is sad.
If you're very relevant, you could do very heinous things. And people will be like, that's, it's just a little speed bump.
Not wrong.
No, I'm not too emotional for the internet.
Bro. I'm not too emotional for the internet, but I deleted my Twitter and blocked people who were talking in my chat. But he's not too emotional for the internet.
I mean, obviously, like the stuff that happened to my daughter put me in a bad place.
Oh, did it? Womp womp, grow a pair.
That I won't lie about, of course. Are you fucking kidding me?
Womp womp, grow a pair.
I don't talk about it that much or talked about it that much.
Womp womp, grow a pair.
My streams prove it. But man, that'll fuck you up.
Did it fuck you up? Womp womp, grow a pair.
Yep. ReviewTechUSA is gone. It's a decision that I have been thinking about making for probably the past 6 months, if not longer. Not deleting. Deleting's about 6 months, but I have wanted to pivot significantly with my content since for at least 5+ years.
Then why haven't you? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. It's not a drug, okay? Your content form isn't heroin. You're not shooting up with freaking content, okay? You're not addicted to, unless you're like addicted to just putting out trash. I don't understand this concept. I've been wanting to change my content for 5 years. What stopped you? The money? Because, like, if that's the case, you're just admitting to selling yourself to the YouTube algorithm. Dude, I don't understand this. When creators turn around and go, oh, I've been wanting to change my content for all this time, for this long, for blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you then? Why? It makes zero sense for you to not do it, other than saying you sold yourself to the algorithm.
I was a lazy bum and a scared pussy and didn't do it.
All right, I paused Andy there. Lazy bum and a scared pussy. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Don't know how more accountable I could be than that.
Neon, to pivot 5 years later and not talking to people just to see if it will fly. Why not ask people, "Oh, wait, you sold people who liked you off years ago?" Yeah, he did, absolutely. And if you have with interactions that he's had with his own fans, telling them, get over it, who cares, blah blah blah. Who were you scared of? Were you scared of losing the 500 people who watch you? Were you scared of those people not paying your bills anymore? If that's the case, why did you delete a channel that was giving you passive income? Do you not see how your reason as to why you did it doesn't match with your needs and what you did?
Should I nail myself to a cross and smear oil on my chest and scream?
No, the cross would not be able to support you.
YouTube history gone. You know what's funny is that someone said, "Rich, that's your legacy."
They weren't wrong.
Shitty legacy. Not downplaying my talent. I'm actually.
What talent? What talent? You said you were a lazy fat fuck. What talent?
A pretty confident guy. I know many people don't want to hear that and want to think I'm, pissing and shitting and crying in a corner. That channel wasn't really a reflection of me. If anything, and I'm not talking the drama stuff.
The video audio is low. It was low for the Augie video y'all watched in the video yesterday too. Oh, shit. Well, hey, don't let me know. I'll get that going. Hold on. Let me pop that up.
Even like the good stuff.
Better now?
It didn't really paint me in a good light. Not that I was trying to hide anything. By all means, if the channel's archived, you could put those videos anywhere. But it was kind of embarrassing. It really was. There ain't no price to undelete it. Because
Spawn Killer, have you seen his Twitter feed? He's obsessed with Bill Gates. I have seen his AIs, yeah, with Bill Gates, and what was a parrot or something like that? I don't know if he's trying to go into the whole red pill right-wing grift or something, but yeah. Had my phone volume on max and couldn't hear Rich, so thought I'd say something. No, absolutely. We appreciate that. Like, anytime, if there's an issue, guys, let me know. If I'm not coming through, if the video seems really low, if whatever it might be, let me know. I will stop the stream and take care of it for you guys.
You can't delete it.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to stop the fucking stream. You know what I mean?
Anyway. Can you please rename this? I'm going to rename this shit. Fuck anything RTU. I'm so done with RTU.
Well, thank God.
Start a podcast. I would want to get a co-host for that. I don't want guests. I don't want to, I hate giving Phil some credit, but he is, granted, the reason guests don't want to avoid him are different. But you could be the most relevant podcaster in the world. I'm not, just think of anyone else besides me.
You're not relevant.
Talk to them about guests. Talk to them about the pain in the assery it is to actually get guests on your stream, because you're dealing with egos, you're dealing with time schedules, you're dealing with arrogance, you're dealing with narcissists. And then, God forbid, you ask them a question that they don't like. They will go back to their friends or other elitist entertainment friends or whatever field they're in, and they'll be like, oh my God, they'll actually ask you something that's slightly uncomfortable.
But the question, Rich, is who's going to want to do a podcast? Who that you consider relevant and that everybody else on YouTube would consider relevant would want to do a podcast with you, because I don't see that happening. I don't see somebody wanting to attach their name to you and being a regular host on your podcast. Like, who would that be? I mean, if you and DSP got together and started doing a podcast, that would be hilarious. I mean, it'd just be you guys arguing the entire time. I think that would be funny. Mono, last time I told the gnome that the volume was low, I got yelled at. Yeah, I get that. He's not wrong about that part, though, to be honest. Oh, absolutely. Guests are incredibly difficult to work with. Obviously, you look at DSP and the Boogie situation, I get that. The question, though, is who would want to be a host with Rich? That's my question. Imagine you're like 30 minutes in, Rich takes an edible, and now you have to make up for all of the dead air.
So I know I should start something like a show or a podcast, but I don't want guests. I don't. Occasionally, sure. But do I want to like seek them out, or, oh my God, an episode's not going to happen this week? I wish every person was like Scott the Woz. Very successful guy, easy to access in terms of communication, and he was fun to have on the show. But he's the exception.
God, he takes so long, dude.
So
He's just reading chat.
I don't really know how much more accountable you would like me to take it here, but I think I'm holding my own feet to the flames with this.
That's
by all
it
means
needs to go.
I don't think he understands what accountability is. Accountability isn't just saying that you did something wrong. Accountability is taking action to prove the words that you've said. So if you say, oh, you want to start new, you want to do something else, you want to do something new, you want whatever it may be, that's fantastic, that's wonderful, that's amazing, yada, yada, yada. Show it with your words. Don't just say it. That's accountability. True accountability. Spawn Killer, imagine Ethan, Ralph, and RTU are in the same room. That would be interesting. Although I think RTU would just be completely steamrolled by Ethan Ralph. That's for sure.
I will say one thing to give a little zing at people who are celebrating right now. I deleted a 1 million+ sub channel with a smile.
Pretty easy to do when there's no substance.
I had a 1 million sub channel to delete.
Because it wasn't making as much revenue as a true 1 million sub channel should. You didn't delete a 1 million sub channel with freaking 100,000+ views every video. Stop acting like it was some conquering thing.
Did you?
Did you? No. A lot of people haven't. But you know what's funny? I guarantee you, if somebody was deleting a 1 million sub channel, they would have the views to match. You didn't. That's like turning around and saying, I sold a Ferrari. But then you look at the Ferrari, it's beaten up, missing a wheel, its axle's broken, it's been picked through, you know, its windshields are all broken, it's got one headlight, no tail lights. Like, that's like saying that, okay? It's like, you know, it's like you threw a Ferrari off a cliff and turned around and go, I sold a Ferrari. Like, yeah, congrats, you sold a heap of scrap metal. Your 1 million sub channel is equivalent to that, a heap of scrap metal.
Let me know. Anyway, Rich, I've watched you for, I've seen you at your worst. I think the best is yet to come. Thank you. Fucking, there's a lot.
It's always good when your fans are as delusional as you are.
I know. And look, I get why. Here's the thing too. I'm not going to like just be like, I'm right about everything. I get why you think I'm nuts. Any person, you would be like, are you fucking kidding me? You're out of your mind.
Maybe if it was a successful 1 million sub channel.
Yeah, I could have just left it alone, but it was like, it's like the corpse that Asmongold, the rat corpse that he used as an alarm clock, allegedly. It just, when you woke up in the morning and Review Tech USA just, it started to stink. Its stink started to spread to other things beyond YouTube, and I just didn't want to smell it anymore. So I flushed a turd known as Review Tech USA, and I'm happy about it.
I guess only time will tell on that one. One thing I hate about RTU, he reads his comments in his head and talks out loud, confusing the viewer. Yes, dude, absolutely. It's annoying as shit. It's absolutely freaking annoying. He reads it and then he'll respond to the person, and it's like, what did they even say? Thank you, Cabello. Spawn Killer, have you seen his what? Have you seen his Review Tech USA channel? Most of his new videos are clips of his RTU stream. Yeah, I did see it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he might have had a 1 million sub channel, but he definitely didn't have the views to match a 1 million sub channel. So it's super easy to get rid of it. It's really easy to get rid of it.
There's no woe is me moments here. There's no sadness. Did I fuck up with things? Absolutely. But it's a weird, kind of liberating feeling. Yeah. You are free to upload whatever you like. I have no issue with it whatsoever. I will not go after anyone for doing it. I won't pull a Phil and go after people 6 months later.
Okay, you're meaning with DMCA strikes, not like having a meltdown over words. Okay, I'll give you that.
You are free to upload whatever you like. I do appreciate you for asking, but I will not stop.
Wolfman, aka Arkham. I wonder if he would put money back for savings, which is why he had no issue with new game. Who knows? Who knows? I don't really know his income. I don't really, I guess we could take a look at his Social Blade for his streams and all that. I do also know that there's a website that you can check out, like total super chats and subscriptions, and you could make an estimate as to what he's making a month. But regardless of all of it, right? Why would you want to get rid of passive income? And it's absolutely insanity, okay? We're going to split from Rich right here. Let me just talk a little bit about a moron by the name of Dark Viper AU. And I reacted to, on my personal channel, I reacted to Internet Versus video on Dark Viper AU, who deleted, much like Rich, his Dark Viper AU Rants channel, which was literally just clips of his live streams that were considered rants and put up on that channel. Now, Dark Viper came out and said the whole reason he's deleting that rants channel is because it's not profitable, which in return means that he's spending more money to put up and maintain that channel than he is making from that channel. That is nobody's fault but your own. And I had to argue with a moron in my comments saying, well, he's paying his editor. He could be paying his editors more than the channel makes. That's dumb. Who does that? Who? You're not going to pay somebody to build a car more than what the car is worth, okay? You're not going to pay someone to build a business more than the business makes. It doesn't make sense. Why would you pay more to put out something? Why would you not want to break even? Why would you not want to be in the green? Why would you not? It makes zero sense. If your product is not allowing you to have a good bottom line and you are paying more to create it than it actually is making itself, you are in a net deficit, okay? You are in a deficit, a financial deficit. You don't know how to handle financials. It's just that simple. It makes no sense. Who pays their editors more than what their channel is making?
Stop anybody, and you have this stream as your receipt. I won't change my mind, but it's here. This is the contract, is me being filmed right now and this stream being recorded. I assure you I will not go after anyone who archives my videos and re-uploads them.
Well, I mean, archival videos falls under copyright anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm about to go bridge diving right after this video.
Again with the soundboard.
You got me. So, let the children of various ages talk. You aren't wrong. It almost never works trying to change. Name a person. JonTron, I guess you could say, did it. Like, I really can't think of anyone where they came back to their channel after it rotted and was like, hey, I'm back with better content. It doesn't work.
It does work when you actually make better content.
It does not work.
Look at No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, perfect example, okay? If you haven't watched Internet Historian's video on No Man's Sky, fantastic video. If you know the history of No Man's Sky, they came out as a small developer, put out No Man's Sky. It was ass, complete double pack trash, okay? It was glitching. There were so many things that they promised that they couldn't live up to. Sales were at an all-time high when it came out and then just completely dropped. They got ran through the ringer. Nobody was buying it. They were losing freaking help and everything of that nature. They were being dogpiled on by the world at this point. What did they do? They kept their heads down, hit to the grind, and pumped out patch after patch after patch. And sales went through the damn roof. They regained all their followers. They regained freaking investors. They regained the support of their fans. It works. As long as the product is there, nobody's going to care about the past. You even said it yourself, Rich. You can have a deficit and return with a profit as long as what you are creating is worth the profit.
It's just, I've seen it time and time again. I just thought I needed to come on here and clear up the air with certain things today. For those of you who are going to stick around, I will be streaming, and I will be streaming Nor. Abby, thank you. But I appreciate that you are sad. It genuinely, that my content, you enjoyed it that much.
And I'll say that to those people who actually do enjoy Rich's content and are true, actual fans of his. I feel worse for you guys because the selfishness of him just deleting it rather than walking away from it is insane. And that's my personal opinion.
But it's time for a new chapter, and I assure you, I'm not going to lose.
To be determined. It also matters on what you, Rich, yourself, define as a success. So if a 1 million sub channel with subpar views isn't a success in your view, hopefully I don't know what his RTU streams has. I think it's like, I want to say a couple 100,000 subscribers. I don't know. If RTU streams is a success because you enjoy doing your stupid streams and doing your detractor DSP streams, albeit fine. But it's all about defining what success is to you. To me, not even being able to retain 1% or a tenth of your subscriber base on your lives is a complete failure.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, even though my kids will be here. Tomorrow is, yes, Saturday. Yeah, when they're in bed, I'll stream.
The Wings.
Hello. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and the only detractor channel that's worth watching is Duty Streams.
The plug at the end. All right, shout out to Duty Streams for clipping that. Shout out to Duty Streams for having watched all of that slop in order to actually clip it. Rich, I've said my piece. If ever, whatever, it somehow gets back to you and you want to debate it, I mean, I highly doubt you will. If anything, you'll probably just block me. You'll probably just block the after show as well. Regardless, that was Duty Stream's coverage on RTU. There's really nothing else to talk about when it comes to him. Well, guys, that's the rich content for today. So now we're going to move over to just free floating.